Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Making a Computer in Minecraft. You might notice I've done a little bit of off-camera work, and we're going to be incorporating what I've done here, and what I did in the previous mini-episode here, incorporating them together, and explaining what the purpose is. But yeah, this is just storing binary data on a much larger scale than we had down there. Now I can see how this might be a little bit scary to look at. We got a lot of stuff going on, but this, what you're seeing here, this whole contraption, is just a much larger version of this thing, which I made a whole video about on my channel already, and it is just storing binary data in Minecraft. So, binary is a system of ones and zeros, which we can use to represent numbers, or really represent anything, but it's the language of computers. And so, for example, we have right here 1, 0, with 1 being a on redstone lamp, and 0 being off. But yeah, as you can see, we have our data here, and if we click this button, then it saves one copy of this. I unflick this, but this is the same as what this used to be. And then I could do this. And I want to save that. Click the button and fuck, that was the wrong button. As I was saying, we could do this, click the save button, and now we have a copy of this saved into our system. The disgusting contraption you see over here is just a very scaled up version of that. Wow, that only goes to 2 bits, 2 redstone lamps tall. This goes up to 16, kind of. This one only goes up to 8, but this is just kind of a proof of concept. But regardless, despite it being absolutely massive, it works. First of all, let's super quickly kill it. And so all the data is reset. And then we can flick quite a lot of levers, like so, and save it. And now that copy is saved. That data is stored. The other part of what I want to work with today is what you see right here, which is how we can access memory very easily. So this is a simple system where, we have this memory here, and we have an output line over here, which is this just displays whatever memory we chose to take. And so if we flick the lever next to the memory that we want to take out, then now that is the memory which gets taken out, and nothing else. So my plan is to combine this and this little accessing system in a very small scale. And yes, this is still a small scale compared to what we're going to have to do over there. That is going to not be fun. And I'm going to explain why it's going to be especially not fun in a second. But yeah, we're going to combine these two things, make the proof of concept, make sure everything works, and hopefully tomorrow we will get back to working on the actual computer and hook up a very small storage system to our computer. Before we move on, I want to address the enormous sand pillar here, because it does have a purpose. This display we've made here is 9 by 8. And for those of you who are not very good at math, 9 times 8 equals 72. Meaning that we need 72 bits of information to display this screen. I would like to now take the chance to remind you that this here is 16 bits. This is 16 bits. We need 72. Which is what brings us back to the sand pillar. This sand pillar is the height that 1 stored memory of display looks like, or what it's going to look like. 1. Now, of course, they're very easy to put next to each other, but just take in for a second how big this is going to be if we just do it purely vertical. Also, I'm just going to do that because I made it out of sand and it's amazing. I am going to likely do some off-camera work to see if I can find a way to shrink that somehow. I'm not sure how. I think the best option is maybe we can divide it into 2 pillars. So like we'd have 1 pillar of 36 bits, 1 pillar of 36 bits, and somehow they're connected, I guess? But if I'm being honest, we're probably just gonna have to make it that tall. Which is not gonna be fun. Thankfully, it is very repetitive, it's just the exact same thing. The problem with it being repetitive is that I have to build this. So, yeah. Thankfully, the way that we access this information is comparatively quite easy. All we need is some line running out from this. So we're going to get some green wool, like this. And this is our output bit. This is what we choose to access. Now, how we're going to specify which piece of information we want, not positive yet, but probably just going to be a panel with, maybe 30 options, and you just choose one of them. I was originally gonna do kind of like a halfway in between update, but I got a little carried away and just built the entire system. So you can see I made both storage go up to 16 bits, and hooked it up into the system where I can choose one or the other. And the output's right here. So we're all ready to test. Here we go. Let's say we're going to do 10, 10, 10, all the way up. Perfect. Alright, and then we want to save that. Hold on a second. Something's not right over here. Something's definitely not right over here. There were a lot of things that were not right over here. Woo! There were a lot of things that were not right over here. Okay, hopefully I got everything fixed this time. Anyways, let's try that again. Let's try the bed. And we're gonna go ahead and save that. But I also kind of want one of these. Yeah, that looks pretty good too. And we're gonna do that too. And so let's save that. And super quickly, just confirm that this works by unchecking all these levers, like that. Okay, so now if we go back here, we can see that in our storage, everything's working pretty well. We got things accurately stored, but then our output is still blank. So which one do we want? Well, I think I'd like this one. And there it is. Or maybe I want this one. Wonderful. All right. It's looking good. And so that is our system. We're going to have to build... We're going to build a lot of these. Sorry, that was probably really bad for my microphone. We're going to check that out. Somehow OBS did not pick up any of the, extreme exhale I just did. But I guess we just got this one last thing to check to make sure that the kill switch still works. Our memory is full and we're going to reset it. So, bam. And that is our storage system all fully designed. Very soon there will be a video where I am going to build this and put it over there. And then we can start using that to actually do some things with bits and things. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.